In this video, I'm excited to share with you a brand new method that I just have found on Instagram of building your nails with Polygel and Builder Gel together. Hi, welcome back. My name is Masha, and in today's video I'm very excited to share with you this brand new method that I just have found in the realms of Instagram. This new way of building nails with polygel and dual forms also includes hard gel. In this video, I will also show you how I remove my old set and do the nail prep. I will have timestamps for all the steps that I do in the description box, so you can skip to the part that you're most interested in. But in each step that I am doing, I will have a lot of useful information, so it still might be beneficial for you to watch the whole video. And make sure to stay till the end for my Mandolorian fan nail art. Before I dive into this new way of building nails with dual forms, I have to remove my old set from my nails. It is not recommended to wear gels and polygels longer than 2 weeks, 3 tops. And mine are about 2 weeks old and began to crumble. So I had to file off some on free edge couple of days prior filming this. I began filing with my e-file from the middle of the nail and move to the left first. I make light, even strokes in one direction, and the key here is a light touch. I used to apply too much pressure and drill down a bit too much in some spots. I gained better control with practice. I flip my finger and file on the other side in the same motion. I used coarse drill bit to remove more material quickly. This set is built with fiberglass, and if you'd like to see the video on how I did it, well, it's popping up in the right upper corner of the screen, and I'll also link it below the video. Removing fiberglass is not my favorite thing. It is a bit harder to remove than just gel or polygel nails because of the fibers. Also, tiny pieces of fiberglass break off and stab me. It's not really painful or dangerous, I think. It's just a bit annoying. And while drilling nails, you should always wear a mask, so all that dust does not end up in your lungs, especially fiberglass dust. I personally prefer removing old sets with a drill rather than soaking them off, and it's actually the only option to remove hard gels. But which method is your favorite? You can put your answer in the comments section below the video. While removing old material, I was surprised not to see almost any lifting. I guess I'm getting better at this. I keep going over the nails until there's only a thin layer of gel is left. The remaining gel will be removed with a hand file. This way I know I don't file on my natural nail with an e-file. And I never use the sandpaper bit on natural plate or ever because it's just so harsh on nails. But no judgment here, you do you, boo. So before I get too close to my natural nail plate, I switch to hand file. This way, I remove the remaining gel gently and safely without drilling through my nail bed. What's left of my nails comes off very easy with just a hand file. This way the nail surface is left smooth and without any ridges from the e-file. And if I do end up filing just a little bit on the natural nail, it is much more gentle than an e-file will ever do, regardless of what type of drill bit I use. And now that all the material is removed, I'll show you a little cautionary tale. I'm a self-taught and got into the whole e-file manicure, aka Russian manicure. And being my own guinea pig, my natural nails are no longer in prime condition. Filing at the wrong angle and a bit too much might result in onycholysis, which is a detachment of the nail from the nail bed. But I'm still gonna continue. To make sure this way of building nails with dual forms works, or any nail building method works, I gotta do a good nail prep. I will do an e-file manicure, so I gotta lift my cuticles first, and I will also see if I drilled anywhere a bit too much last time. As you can see, I do have some spots where I over-drilled, right there by the cuticle area. E-file manicure needs to be done on dry hands, and by that I mean that it has to be at least an hour since last contact with water. The e-file is on forward when I clean the left side of the cuticle, and it is at 10 to 15 RPMs. I'm doing my best not to touch the nail plate with the drill bit, but if it happens, it's not the end of the world because the drill is at low speed. I'm only trying to remove dead skin. It's not an oil rig, no need to drill deep. I usually do all fingers in one direction first, then I switch drill to reverse and work on the right side of the cuticles. I'm cleaning under the cuticle but not touching the over-drilled spots. I will smooth them out with the hand file. Using the drill bit will just make them worse. I push cuticles one more time and on reverse, on low speed, I leave the cuticle without touching the nail. With manicure scissors, I cut off that lifted cuticle. While removing any dead skin, it is important to remember one thing. The more is removed, the more will grow back, as it triggers a defense mechanism in the skin. Then I polish the skin with the same drill bit, but I do this on high speed. And finally, the moment you've been waiting for. I'm going to show you this new way of building the nail with dual forms, for which I need to pick proper forms. On the Instagram account of one Russian nail professional, I saw her use dual forms in a pipe shape, and I've never seen anyone doing this method before. The dual forms were from her own brand. I'll link her account in the description below. So the closest thing I have to her dual forms are these BT Artbox false nails that I bought to use in a lazy girl method, but it didn't quite work out for me, so I put them on the shelf. But for this method, they will be almost perfect. The dual form needs to be just a bit larger than the nail. If you're choosing between two sizes, pick the larger one. Next on the agenda is finishing the prep. I apply Dehydrator on all nails to remove any remaining dust or oils, and after that I apply a primer. The primer goes on in one thin layer to help with adhesion. It kinda works as a double-sided tape between the natural nail and a gel, but applying more than one layer will give the opposite effect. I've decided to use Tomica Polygel in natural pink color, and of course I'll use the same brand base and top gel. I push my cuticles basically before every application of anything on nails. I applied base gel in one thin layer on all nails and cured it. Then I noticed that this base gel had some kind of bald spots on nails. That's weird. This might cause lifting. Oh well, moving on. It's time for Polygel now. Most sets come with a brush like this, with a spatula on one side and a brush on the other. But I'm not going to use it. Instead, I've got this chisel brush from a local art store, and I gotta tell you, better quality tools make a difference. I've been really enjoying working the Polygel into the form with this brush. I squeezed a small amount of Polygel into the form and spread it around to the desired length. There is no need for a thick layer of Polygel, since I'm going to overlay it with a builder gel. When I'm happy with the spread, I apply it to half of the nail and gently squeeze dual form down until I see that Polygel covered both sides of the nail. Then I flip the nail and smooth out the underside, which is done quite easily with this brush. I was even able to detach Polygel from the skin without deforming Polygel. Making sure dual form is straight, and I cured it for 20 seconds and pinched it with a clip. The form popped off and I still pinched it and finished curing. So this part is really easy. Squeeze, spread, apply, correct, cure, pinch, cure, repeat. I have to position the form on my middle finger carefully. The finger curves a little and I can visually correct it with proper direction of the nail tip. And I'm not touching Polygel with the brush on top. It is easier to file it off after curing than to try to juggle overflowing Polygel on both ends of the form. So this is what it looks like after all Polygel tips are done. Next, I pick up this narrow drill bit to file underneath the nail. I'm just taking a little bit of thickness off on high speed. Then I switch the drill bit to this cone-shaped one that has more fine grit and file off excessive polygel on top of the nail and on both sides. Polygel is pretty easy to drill through, so my hand is light when it touches polygel. But this could be done with hand file as well. Drilling is just faster. After the drill, I do go over the nails with the hand file anyway, shaping and smoothing out the surface. I wipe off all the dust from filing really well. After that, I go over the nails with base coat one more time in case I removed it in some spots while filing. Skipping this step can cause lifting even in the middle of the nail. When that happens, there's always a possibility of water getting in there, and it's a perfect environment for bacteria to grow. And we don't want that. So don't be lazy, slap that base coat on it. If your base coat has a tacky residue, I'd wipe it off. Then I apply a thin layer of IBD gel all over the nail and grab a larger bead of gel and move it around a little bit, leaving most material on apex. If I feel I don't have enough gel to make apex tall enough, I simply add more. This builder gel self-levels very well. IBD gel is a hard gel and cannot be soaked off. It's not an issue for me, but if you don't use a nail drill, removing them might be problematic. I think for this method, instead of the hard gel, I could have continued building with polygel, but this thought came afterwards as I was thinking about everyone who's using soak-off method for removing nails. If you're building longer nails, the apex needs to be higher as well to support the weight of the nail. When all the gel is where I want it to be, I flip my finger upside down to give the gel more time to level but without running down the sides. I cured it for about a minute and moved on to the next finger. When all are done, I don't really need to file anything, but I buff the nails to perfect the shape. Now I need to wipe one more time before my nails are ready for the Mandolorian fan nail art. On 3 fingers, I applied this milky color gel in 2 layers. On the remaining 2 fingers, I apply black polish in 2 layers as well. My nail lamp has a setting where I can cure it for 99 seconds, and the first 30 seconds it's on super low power, then next 30 seconds it's on medium power, and the remaining time is full power. This seemed to work very well for curing black gel polish. On my point finger, I've decided to do a French tip in the same cat eye gel that my Mandolorian helmet is going to be in the next fingernail. I've never done it like this before, so I found a picture tutorial online to help me with that. For the cat eye gel to stand out more, I applied black color gel first and only then the cat eye gel. I have reviewed this brand of cat eye gels in my previous video as well. The link to that video is in the description box. And the top coat, of course. My thumb I just cover with this Model 1's Galaxy gel and top gel after. So for the Mandalorian helmet, I first outlined negative spaces with a top gel and then began with the cat eye gel. I just couldn't pass on some nail fan art. I had to give a tribute to the show that have saved the Star Wars universe. My whole family loves it, and the theme song has been stuck in my head for days. And I spent probably an hour and a half drawing just the helmet alone. On my pinky, I did a Mudhorn Signet. I suppose if you made it this far, you watched The Mandalorian, but in case you didn't, it's a spoiler ahead. So Mando earns the signet as a symbol that Mando and the child are now their own Mandalorian clan, a clan of 2, born out of necessity and circumstance. But one cannot be abandoned regardless of its strange creation and composition. I thought adding that Galaxy gel will look nice on top of the Mudhorn. Don't worry, I'm not skipping Baby Yoda. I didn't like the first one I painted, so I ended up redoing it. I found a video tutorial on drawing Baby Yoda and used it, and of course I'll link it too. I'm not really great at drawing from my head, but I can copy well enough from a picture. I also didn't quite like the smile I drew. Grogu doesn't really smile, so I gave him a new face expression and added a nose. I have done everything in matte at first, but then decided to cover all with the gloss top. This is the way. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this video helpful, and if you did, smash that like button. And if you haven't subscribed to me yet, please consider doing so and clicking that bell notification button so you will always know when I drop a new video with more helpful tips. And in the meantime, check out my other videos on building nails with polygel and dual forms or fiberglass. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!